Don't be acting like, let's see what she got to add in. Okay, I'm just joking. So I want to say that I agree with Lewis and I understand Kelly, but it may have went over your head, Kelly, a little bit because, it could be if you're used to dating and you're used to getting attention from guys. You technically, and my therapist said the same thing. Only focus on what you control. I am one of those chicks that's the complete opposite because I have gotten used to meeting guys at 7, 8 o'clock at night. They want to have a drink. Next thing you know, I'm all nice and happy. He looks good. You control that and you meet in the daytime. And so I'd rather be at home in my bed at night watching TV and I've already met him in the daytime and then I can assess the day. But there are some chicks that do prefer to meet at nighttime and I feel like it's a setup. But I don't think it's the women that are not used to getting attention and then when they get it, they just hop on that opportunity. So you can control, an inappropriate situation or how much you know someone, even for especially if you haven't talked with this guy enough before y'all met the first time. You probably want to meet them earlier in the daytime because a lot of times I don't even believe in having alcohol involved on the first date when you still just getting to know somebody. Because sometimes you might. I have met a guy at the gas station and we like, you want to go up here to Bennigan's or whatever and have a drink? Sure. And we go over there. That's cool. So you might just meet somebody the first time, but if you get alcohol involved and it's late at night, you might want to be mindful of that. So I recommend women do meet more in the daytime, brunch time or whatever, Starbucks, whatever place you like to go to and talk a little bit. So that's my little input about I agree with Lewis and I understand Kelly, but you don't have to care about what that man thinks, but you can control the narrative of that date the first time.
Mm.
But I always do. Every woman should control the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Like first of all, I'm the type of person that in order for me to be intimate with somebody, I need to have an emotional connection. So it's no amount of alcohol that's gonna get me drunk enough to boom bop wham with a stranger or somebody who I'm not emotionally attached to. I don't have casual sex. So maybe that's, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not even something that crosses my mind because regardless of where I am, what time of day, there are certain things that I'm going to have to learn about you to even figure out if I want you in my space. Like sex.
So Kelly, do you consider conversation as intimacy? You don't consider conversation as intimacy? You don't consider
depending
that
on the level, depending on what we're talking about, for sure.
So I gotta talk dirty to you before you consider that intimacy?
You say what? You gotta talk what?
I gotta talk dirty to you? Dirty.
No, nobody said anything about dirty. Intimacy could be about your family. Intimacy could be about something personal or your core. Intimacy does not have to be sex.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I'm just asking. I'm just asking, Kelly. Okay, cool.
Okay.
You cool? Okay,
yeah, we always good.
So I consider having a conversation with an individual intimate, right? Because we having deep conversation. Because I'm trying to learn about you, trying to learn about me, so we sharing things. To me, that's what I would consider intimacy. Now, some people may not consider it intimacy, and that's why I was trying to see where you stand at. Do you consider conversation intimacy? So that's why I was asking. But one of the things you said about a person's person, I think you want to learn a person, but knowing their lifestyle and what they're living out, you can learn a lot because you could figure out, well, how did you get to this point in your life? That is a form of learning somebody. I know you said you don't care about somebody's lifestyle. You're not learning, or you don't consider that in learning. Oh, did I misunderstand? Well, I can't hear you, ma'am. You on mute.
I didn't say anything like that, but it was
okay. I misunderstood you. I'm sorry. I could have misunderstood. I've been known to be wrong every once in a while.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so mine is twofold. First of all, you are a demisexual like myself, Kelly. Yay! We do not go into sex unless it's emotional connection. You can try all day long, snip down my. I'm not attracted to. It's just never. I've never met a man who I'm off the first bat like, oh, I want to sleep with you today. Never in my life. So I absolutely understand that. But I also understand. You said what, Hank?
That's bullshit.
No, that is the truth. It's a thing, I don't think there's many of us like that, but it is a thing. And when she said that, I understood exactly what she was saying. And that's the reason why she feels like it's okay for her to go on these dates because she knows herself. And I'm the exact same way. I have been towed up from the flow up and still I ain't trying to have sex with you. How about that? But let me just say this. I do have a standard. To me, my nights mean a lot to me, right? So unless I really like you, you're not getting my nights. You can get this coffee. That's why I don't mind coffee day, especially for initial date. You can get that coffee date. You can get some lunch, but you're not getting my nights unless I'm like, okay, I'll let you take me out at night, right? One, because you can't be seen with everybody. Come on now. And two, it's just that's your nights. Like I like to be in my, my bed, or I like to be watching something. It's my time to unwind. But I can also see it on the flip side, because a lot of women do errands in the daytime. Like I'm very involved. Some Saturdays I'm super involved, right? I have chapter meetings, community service here. And so your days are kind of like just capped out, and so all you have is night. A lot of women move around in the daytime, so I can see why that can be a little inconvenient, so to speak. However, I personally, and you don't have to follow this, I just feel like nights should be reserved for men that you have, like you guys have talked a little bit, you kind of know him a little bit, and then it's okay to be all cute for him, because you're like, okay, I like this one. He deserves to be, see me, because if you see me in the daytime and you like me, you're gonna really like me at night when I show up. I had that same, I've always moved that way. And I've said that before on this show. You ain't getting my nights unless I really like you. You're just not. That's how I move.
Well, I'm gonna say this too. If you're a male and you're a sniper and you mostly kind of get what you really want, I don't think the time of day really is concerned. And then I think even some men may feel like they get results even if they don't have sex. They may be able to evaluate that interaction and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get them cheeks in a couple of days, or I'm gonna spank that ass later on in the week. Or it's only a matter of time.
Disappointed, Kelly.
Especially if you have options, you're really not too much tripping if you get it that first time of night, because you just put in a little bit of work. And usually even if you got a coffee date, even if it was a walk in the park, the fact that he gave you the time, that just says that he does have some interest in you, but it doesn't necessarily have to evolve to sex, especially if he can pick and choose when he wanted at any given time, or if he can just do a phone call. Something like, some men just really enjoy just being around women. If it leads to sex, then it just leads to sex. But I don't think a true sniper, they're not concerned in the time of day. Like the time of day be any given moment. I mean, the time of day could be via text. You can say some slick ass shit via text and it kind of make her think. So, but I do think there are some women that are a little bit more disciplined. You have all types of people that are all types of ways. So I don't put nothing past nobody, but somebody that can be, I've seen people that said that they was disciplined, and then later on in the night, you sit there looking at them like, I don't see none of that discipline. The only thing you hearing is, oh my God.
They ready to get wild and loose.